Everybody, how you doing? EDGYTIM here. Appreciate everybody stopping by. And wow, a lot going on these days, huh? There certainly is. So this edition of What Now and a lot of what I've been doing over the last week or so behind the scenes, heavily involved with the Let Them Play rallies. Um, give you a little insight. Basically, it started with a text group that I got invited to involving, wow, really just about several top football coaches from across the state. And that's what's been, I think, really cool about this is that it has been a statewide effort. I don't want to give a ton of names, but there's been some key leaders, names very familiar, highly successful coaches working with this behind the scenes to try to put something in place. And so that's kind of how it all started. So I've been trying to spend a lot of time and focusing on that, as well as, had the Sunday Showcase series last Sunday, along with the daily recruiting stuff. So yeah, it's been a busy week and going to remain busy up into Saturday when the two rallies are going on. So I'm sure you've seen it all over social media. We had decided that it would be most effective to have two separate locations. We had discussed maybe one location, doing one in Springfield. But actually the Central and Southern Illinois coaches thought it would be the better idea to hold kind of two different rallies in two different locations simultaneously to take advantage of the Chicago media market, obviously, as well as downstate, and trying to limit travel for everyone involved so we can get as many people as possible out to these rallies. So there's a lot of things to point to. First of all, yes, this was started and created by football coaches. This is certainly not just football only. We are open to all sports. And again, leading up to what Governor Pritzker said yesterday, of course, yesterday being Tuesday, incredibly negative tone I felt in his talk and answering a question that was proposed to him. If I was a basketball player, parent, coach, follower, I'd be really nervous right now because the tone of it, I don't know if you're going to play. And even if you're a spring sport fan, yeah, you've got to support this and you've got to continue to fight and be heard. And that's the point behind all this. I have been anti-political, really. I wouldn't say anti-political. I'm anti-political talking about politics. How does that sound? On my message board, as many of you know, I'm just dead set against it. But this was a cause that I just felt I couldn't sit on the sidelines. I had to get behind. I don't care if you're blue. I don't care if you're red. I don't care if you're purple. This is about supporting kids and supporting getting kids back on the field and trying to get on with their lives, which we all know. If you're watching this, you know, I'm sure you agree that's extremely important. And that's why I'm doing this. And the same with the coaches. There are coaches from all walks of life in this that are involved, different political beliefs and backgrounds. Putting it all aside to try to get the kids back on the field and do what's right for the IHSA athletes. So where are we at now? Well, today being Wednesday and then tomorrow Thursday, we're in what I would call phase 2 of this, where we are highly encouraging all of you to contact your local state representatives. Also put a call into Governor Pritzker on Twitter, tag them, ask them to let us play. And again, it's just hashtag let us play. And try to continue to put up as much political pressure as possible to get the governor to rethink his position. As of last night, I know we had it on Twitter that the state of Minnesota is reconsidering launching fall sports. I believe they are going to take a vote on it on Friday. And sources that I have that are very good sources out that way are telling me that they feel pretty confident it's going to pass. So probably after Friday, we literally will be the only state in the entire Midwest that doesn't have a plan in place to restart sports. And it's time to move on. I know that it's highly volatile subject for many. Again, all these other states are doing it. They found a way. And my thought has always been, look, give us the guidelines, give us the data, tell us what we need to do to try to make this thing work, and we'll do it. I just came off running a camp with EFT on Sunday that was masked. that was socially distant, followed all the protocols. We followed the same protocols that the IHSA football coaches have to follow right now in their contact days. So no lineman one-on-ones, very limited contact, direct physical contact and everything that we did in that camp. It can be done. So that's what we are asking to say, look, from football side, let us give us guidance, give us a way to try to get back, to get these sports and these athletes back on the field. We'll do it. We've been willing to do it. And to be fair, the IHSA coaches, they've followed every protocol and continue to do so, and they will. Just give these kids a chance. I know a lot of people have said, is it too late? In some ways it is, but I don't know. What would you rather do? Play through middle December when it's cold and miserable, or start your practice in February when it's even, in some cases, even colder and more miserable? So either way, it's not a great scenario. I still think fall would be optional, just in the fact that we're not bumping into other sports, and we can get in whatever we need to get in the fall. I think everyone's kind of on board with that. But as mentioned, this thing's gotta get an answer soon. I don't know if it will. I still have my doubts that this is going to happen in the fall. But I think what's important, and I've mentioned this before, that this entire movement, what is really encouraging, and the last video I did talked about how I felt the coaches really needed to step up and take a leadership role, and they have. And that's great. And I think this needs to continue. I think there needs to be discussions about the relationship with the IHSA, how these coaches, I think, need to start steering IHSA football-related issues more with the groups. And again, my phone's been just crazy the last week or so I'm going to shut that down for now. Work with these coaches. Let these coaches have more of a say. And I use the example of what was thrown out as the 7-game regular season and the 2-game postseason. Who came up with that? Everyone I've talked to says nobody knows who came up with that. So in that scenario, go to these coaches and say, guys, look, we have 9 weeks to work with. What can you do? Guarantee you the coaches would have came up, I think, with a better solution than a 7-week regular season schedule. I know an issue that's going to go back and forth, and us fans and the coaches, they want a postseason tournament. They want to crown a state title and state champions. I don't know if that's going to happen, but in the meantime, I think the focus is give us a chance to get back. We'll make everything work from there. So, as I mentioned, Wednesday, Thursday, contact your local state reps. I just called my state senator, Pat McGuire, also called my state rep, Larry Walsh Jr.'s offices, talked to aides for both. Had very nice conversations. They were very helpful, totally understood. And one of them have already called me back, and I'm hoping the other representative calls me back as well. And again, voices, we needed to be heard on this. And I'm hoping everyone turns out Saturday in either Springfield or Chicago. I will be in Chicago for that rally. And again, come out and support. It's really important. It's important to show unity. It's important to show how important this is to all of us. It's Saturday morning. It's going to be in one location, and both in Chicago and Springfield. No marches, none of that. Just a peaceful assembly and getting together and showing strength, and hopefully showing a lot of numbers and picking things up. It was great earlier in the week. I mentioned Wheaton and McCook. And there's been other smaller rallies going on. That's great, but nothing, I think, sells your cause better than big crowds and to give TV something to work with. And I think we'll hopefully accomplish that on Saturday. So that is what's going on. Just stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more developments coming. I mean, I haven't even gotten to the fact that, well, the Big Ten's going to be playing now. So besides Northern, the in-state directional schools, and us here at the IHSA, everybody else is playing football around here. So we'll leave it at that. Thanks for supporting. I will definitely be in touch with another video soon. And hey, retweet, share, get involved. We need your help. We need everybody on board. Let us play. # let us play. Thanks, everybody.